This is Kessben 93.3 FM, a new wave of excellence in radio.
What you know, as I said, Kafa confirm say, can a mamaya, momo 2 slots for CAF Champions League Confederation Cup. No, Ghana, yenya points there, but yentimi enwurem. Yenya points, Abraham Diema, ene a bobo kwa friend dreams a boy, nenso yentimi enwurem. They said the best answer the one na and about next season. Our CAF Champions League and the Confederation Cup no emu. Yabet was the senior national team, the Black Stars of Ghana, and the Black Stars ebetu anamo 4:30, and yet is a Black Stars ediomeni and so betre. One my friend no a year Mali Bamako with the 26 players are one minute to ado a training. And not training baso. Nanwa one more etu anamo ekushia Access Bank the Premier League no ebetuaso. Na Saturday and a Premier League no ye twaso abo. Nansana no yentie with the mumianko Access Bank o yentie in somewhere Access Bank managing director what to Black Stars team no enim. Why Access Bank managing director Oluma Mide and a desansimo to just say players no says musika into mo fakwa metima faso no ma investment. Of course Black Stars of Ghana ahead of Ghana, your 2 games against Central African Republic and then Mali, Bamako Thursday and against Ebebaso. Ghana Premier League, Yabetwaso weekend, this Saturday. Out to you, Nikotoko, Nebabo Saturday, Accra Lions, any dreams, and Ebabo, Karela, and Sonny Samates, Heart of Lions, and the Legon Cities, Bofakwa, any Brekum Chelsea, Ediana, any Suatramain, Gold Stars, and Mediama, Nations FC Nibechim, has any great Olympics, and Ebabo. Yabo bed power, yabo a Ghana Premier League, Division 1 so and then 4 p.m. Yabahun Timwa, one also qualify from Zone 1, and the playoff no a basso den between Techima Heroes, woman young apostles, and abo Reginald Collins Amwa, one the best center referee, no we dig game no our Accra Sports Stadium, 4 p.m. and I can see no air custom 20 Ghana cities and in Sika one more ebeju gate. Not just a nemko ne vie not just you teams are one more qualify aba already udweniche a zone 2 Bazaki Holy Stars or more qualify one more eba udweniche zone 3 so Vision FC woman no stretch lead no one so qualify eba and a zone 1 and so dear obi anim team one qualify and I said ne 4 p.m. and a teams one also ever qualify if you are by no necessary brain and also Edom Efa Ghana Premier League no and so yentoasom our other stories Kumase Asante Kotoko yedi nicho omaswe yam weekendi wama kense no eba so nemom se say dear players renewals contract and kwana management no edi nkomo fa players are next season o metimi use omo any players are womo ebetimi eje bi kwan eno kwada nchen womo sanso make contact with other players are womo teams a wodo a womo so ebetimi use omo no metimi ababesi akan enso edema Kumase Asante Kotoko bobo eku no enso ewo yetoasom ewo eye insuatreman so sase chokrata edema clubs are womo epe players be because womo so next season won be some beef up squad no serebia ebetimi abo mo ewo next season mu enso ewo summer test enso so yemfa ni nchoma so summer test de say de womo enso edi omani ache Gold Stars yes so much kata da kuma Gold Stars so minya Gold Stars one player edi a free and a sabre womo epe players ni be ahead of womo so Africa womba because say de womo confirms African de womo kwakobo Champions League no takwa TNA Park and womo kwakobo womo Africa no enso ewo ho Mediama Sporting Club womo eye technical meeting Nina no edefa game wa Mediama eboye over the weekend amanfo kan wonsem bebre no coach edema team no ni boja ogidi ye say nsem wo yakika say match no was a first game no coach no was say on tiasie because enya dia woye na dwen say match ya womo any Heart of Lions boy no womo ebo any first game bia ho enti sansem a ekoso no coach no da to management nanim so no de onima de kronti asansem no eba bonten edefa Mediama Sporting Club ho ena nam so ma wo communication team ma so di bi so say wo match wo boy na against Heart of Lions there was free and fair enya dia bibia enso ekoso na secretary sebia enso koso e was a game no mu Rahim Tijani was about this year there o ma fa problems mu ye papa na so nyame ayadom wo mo epem so ko wo se akwasi enketi asese wo da po mu de ma has no wo ya de but this is it there o ma se goalkeeping kwa be goalkeepers be four e affect team ni pa
for we scored 3 goals. So I think now we all know how to call it. We finished the first half. Yeah, this, like I said, this year, as of we really have a big problem with our goalkeepers. So you can see we're always shifting the goalkeepers. I think this year we changed about, if I'm not like 4 goalkeepers, So it's not easy. So I think with consistency, I think Nketiah is getting there. So I'm happy for him.
no in face here
repeat. All right. Yerebesia na yahwe. Before say abujafo ebebem no ma yemfa Dr. Ogum na nsem o kan no itu dwa no na yemfa nhyɛ local stories no ase. Em say din kan abonra ama extra time dwumadi no so kra no yesan etimu na yentie full version no na fi the story no buy na odi message no buy no yemfanka ho ne nche adwen kakra mfa ho Dr. Prosper
because of injuries. On Friday, he engaged the goalkeeper's coach that he's not ready for the game. That was Friday night, around 10 p.m. He engaged him that he was not ready for the game. And then the goalkeeper's coach also engaged Joe Ban, who is on national duty, to discuss it. So he got back to him to let him understand that he has to be ready for the game because Asare is gone on national duty. But then he insisted that he was not ready mentally and psychologically. He was not ready for the game. So yesterday in the morning, our 1 hour shake-up, the goalkeeper's coach went to him and then still engaged him, trying to convince him to be ready for the game, but he still insisted. So I was there when the goalkeeper's coach came to tell me that this is what Danlad is saying. So because it was time for training, I allowed training to end, after which I followed up as the head coach to go to Danlad at the residence one-on-one. I had a conversation with him, and then he kept to what he said, that he's mentally and psychologically, I'm quoting what he said, that he's not ready. And looking at the nature of the game, he can realize that the game is too dear to our heart as a technical team, as IMC, and for the past 3 weeks, he's not been active, and the usual pre-match feelings that he experiences before a game, he's not experiencing those things. So he's mentally and psychologically not ready. So when he said that, I gave him time to reflect. And then upon a second thought, I was like, or the technical team were like, you can't force somebody to be in when mentally he's not ready. So we engaged the FA, and then the FA also engaged the head coach, which is Otoado, and made him aware that this is the situation. That would mean that we have only one goalkeeper, and we can't come to this game with one goalkeeper.
Okay.
So Otto also agreed and then allowed Asari to come. So we had to fly Asari in to come and keep this game. So it was based on the statement that Danlad made, that he was not mentally and psychologically, I'm quoting what he said, ready for the game. And that his usual pre-game feelings, the feelings of confidence, determination that he normally experiences, he's not experiencing it. And again, because of the fact that he can see that the game is too dear to us, and because he has not been match fit for some time now, he thinks that we don't have to let him be in the pool. So basically, that's why you cannot see, because he was the assistant goalkeeper against Hasselhoff. So if anything is to go by, he has to be the first goalkeeper, and then Moyes will have to be the deputy. So that is the reason why Asari is here today. We can't come to this game with one goalkeeper. And if Asari is in, because he kept the game against Hasselhoff, automatically he has to be in pool, and then Moyes will have to be on the bench.
Makes a lot of sense. Thank you very much.
Okay, Coach Prosper Nete Ogum and Simodi Ebabontin, I don't know. Joe, whatever Newton said in his analysis challenged Samatex to win the league. There is no apology in this. Whoever plays for Asante Kotoko and Hartlepool from the lower teams and played well becomes established and well known. It's through your medium that I've known Samatex recruited a lot from Division 1 and played well this season. Yet they are not known. If it were to be a Asante Kotoko or Hatofok, their names would be all over. Ayamba should leave Newton alone. Newton's analysis and illustrations on the screen serve as a guide to many coaches. If Ayamba doesn't appreciate Newton, he shouldn't spoil his name. Or Hiniba Yabwa. Anyway, about Hiniba, it is on way pa baby awubia. Naro.
Yeah.
Then come on nothing.
But Ayamba advice kakrebi. Ejuma na oye no. Say am pase omo fans na ho no mbo ofu a onhwe se on susu jagum. Na susu jagum a sebi wa na obese wadwuma. I'm telling you that say a media guy be decided say Obama Samate's blackout. I'm sure that it rather affect Samate's more than it be affected that media guy. Into on your a bit circumspect with the comment.
Right.
You are at liberty to register your displeasure, but say you're careful. So on tongue will be a offense. Anyway, General on Métier Prosperity Ogum and honestly, I think it was the Saturday. And I'm say, me read. In fact, I read a story also from GFA site.
Okay.
Say, Asari has been released for the Kotoko game. My first comment was that, come on, this is disrespectful to Danlad and Moise Poiti. Inti Kotoko ntimi for Danlad ne Poiti enda against Uli to the extent Zombekwa ko recall it Asari from the national camp. Then I decided to ask questions and inquire. One son of me being details as narrated by the coach. In fact, the first point of throughout the week, not Danlad, and no more training with him as the one being prepared for the game. From Monday, in fact, some more ball 11 aside, near or them the probable 11 was Danlad.
Okay.
Then fast forward Friday evening after last major training. I don't know coaches, goalkeepers. In fact, it was Najao because now the other one, Joba, no Accra.
Yeah.
And Najao was also surprised because throughout the training they didn't see anything wrong with Danlad, which they thought say Oma preparing for the game. So, fast forward, the coach went to see him in person to have that discussion. Here, Danlad said, "On yet psychologically ready." Now, maybe some who say, yes, people can have the psychological problem, but in a situation where the number one or national camp, na moya trepe, na sa time no, any time or services ye needed, not as a professional or as an ordinary player, the captain of the team. Some power psychological challenger, say we go further, actually coach, and now I'm paying for problem a destabilize psychologically to be understood. But you can't train throughout the week, train well through our coaches think that you are ready for the game, only to tell them Friday evening 10 p.m. Say psychologically you are not ready.
Matching the following day.
Matching so no, it's Friday and you
Friday, but I'm matching the
I'm born Sunday.
Sunday, okay.
But Friday no,
Saturday.
and I'm saying major training.
Okay.
Saturday ni the shake up keke. So born na Jawu Frey, Joba wa Accra, then they have to tell the head coach. David, kanchire coach. Say initial na head coach enya way of what was going on, doctor. The doctor T and no answer called Danlad. And I'm told say the players were also shocked to hear say Asari is coming. So doctor needed to find out from Danlad.
Yeah.
No say in Tinkomoi so boni teammate na mane and answer them because players are not so ntiase. Crofos be me. So the IMC had their discussion. And interestingly, I'm sure they would any panel testing will be say, Etinanka Dr. Moon to mean kipi, sansem way, as internal matter.
Yeah.
No more handle. I think it was the Sunday morning, and Dakwa Jesse, Yenny Star Times.
Yeah.
Esoko Facebook asking why Kotoko will request to say the Mimi Huye, that means me Bisano, request for the service of Asari. Danlad Ibrahim. And comments and was you know. The IMC at a point in time were contemplating somebody release to explain the situation. But they felt say at that time so we release over divert attention there. So they agreed that the head coach should explain. It was IMC's decision. So the head coach should explain circumstances they lead to. So more fret asari than about them until no pre-match and a post-match and so say. So it was the decision for the IMC to explain. Now minim after that and come on money Danlad Eddie. Several people are giving several interpretations to Danlad attitude. No, if he feels that a chain or ten or number 2 no, or you're comfortable or you're happy, into a train da out there hear them no show kotoko for so important. So at the time I find to keep a beer asari in honor or Babe saving. That is when he can show his powers. There are others who also think that he didn't see the match to be competitive enough into unconquer them and Gracie. But whatever it is, whichever the situation is, a professional player can't behave this way because you don't games. Now, baby, Arianka, you strip you off your captain's armband. If you're a captain of a team, now put you up this attitude that the next day you lose your captain's armband. Some can even go to the extent of sanctioning you. Because you need to convince them why we're prepared throughout the week. Monday to Friday. Last minute. Also when you're psychologically ready. Psychologically ready, be me ayari into a destabilizing me. And now a beer me you need to explain further to convince the leadership of the team why you are psychologically down. But you can't just say it by mouth. Say, me not ready for the game. Mean to me that. Meanwhile, what's my contract to work? So for me, it was very, very unprofessional on the part of that lad. Unless he can convince them what made him psychologically unstable after the Friday's training.
Good afternoon, sir. I understand Danlad perfectly. He's lost his position to Felix Asari. And you want him to come and disgrace himself in a fixed match? No way. Gattuso Bernard, Kibi, anyway, and so Abreu.